And I was just like milking it, yeah. And I was like, so what do you study at university? What university is it? Trying to be nice about it. She drops all those facts, yeah. Next thing you know, I posted her on blast for everybody to see. And then I think like 10 or 15 people knew who she was.
But I was explaining, I was like, I think meditation's a good tool for people with mental health issues, yeah. And then she's like, and I don't.
She's annoying already, bro.
No, she's like, I don't really think meditation will help with mental health.
If dentists are doctors, then that Vietnamese bloke down the road who does my wife's nails and fucking fingernails, or the guy who does my wife's
I know where this
nails,
is going.
Toenails and that, yeah, he's a doctor as well. I'm just gonna go back to 1994.
You want to be born again?
Yeah.
You just want to live again?
I just want to live again, yeah. But with the same knowledge I have now.
Alright, cool. So you make amendments.
So I want to fix things I could, yeah. Maybe fix my friend group and the fucking people I'm surrounded by.
Rotten fruits, yeah. They're being educated academically, but they're being educated the wrong
way, yeah.
So these kids are growing up to believe that all Palestinians are animals. They're bad.
Says the one who hasn't vaccinated himself yet.
Yeah.
Where's your COVID vaccine?
I'm not gonna take it.
He still hasn't touched one. I was forced to take mine.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm ready still.
All right, guys, welcome back to our podcast. On my way here I thought of a topic. So the topic is Vitagen. What are you looking over there?
I'm looking at the camera. We're not supposed to look at the camera.
Now we're talking to each other.
Oh shit, yeah.
So the topic today is, does education equal intelligence? So if you're
elaborate on that,
if you're academically educated, does that mean you're intelligent?
What did you do, by the way? Just for the public, what did you do?
Okay, so I studied forensic science and biology. Forensic science and biology, yeah.
You don't fucking look like
I know. And a lot, whenever I tell people, they don't believe me that I did that.
What do you guys do? Forensic scientists, biologists, what the fuck do you lot do?
Listen,
crime scene investigators.
All that, yeah.
Oh shit.
So no, basically
no wonder you've been getting away with murder.
What murder, bro?
I'm joking.
So basically, before going to uni, I was mad confused about what I wanted to study. Yeah. And I did biology for A levels, yeah?
Yeah.
And I did media and maths as well.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I should have taken the media.
You're like me, you know. Oh. I did the most random subject as well.
What'd you do?
I did biology, law, and media studies.
Law as well?
Yeah.
Law? I didn't know you did law.
I did law, yeah.
Oh shit.
Delegated legislation and that.
To be honest with you, I should have taken the media path, and no one was stopping me. Even my mom was saying, like, if you want to do media at uni, do what you love, do what you enjoy and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think at the back of my head, without even realizing, you've got that thing, like all these years, like when you were young, your parents kind of want to be, they're like, oh, biology, all that shit.
I get it.
And then because I did enjoy biology during A-levels, that's why I picked it.
I think biology was quite easy back then.
I found it interesting. Yeah. I liked like things about the human body and all that, diseases, illnesses and stuff, So I thought, you know what, let me get into this.
Yeah.
Done it. By second year, I was like, 100% I'm not going to work for anything related to this because I'm not doing no 9 to 5 in a lab and shit. I think I always knew I wanted to go into like more media / business field.
Yeah.
I was like, I always wanted to start my own businesses and things like that.
Yeah.
But let's not go off topic, yeah?
No, but you'd laugh if you listened to my A-levels, my first choices.
Go on.
So if it was down to me, I wanted to do media studies, film studies, and performing arts.
Performing arts?
Yeah, because on performing arts, you get a lot of like acting stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, shit.
I'll go home, and you know what? I think my dad said it's like fucking Mickey Mouse subjects or something like that. So I was like, fuck, So he made me choose other things, innit?
Yeah.
So I chose, well, he didn't. He just said, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do, innit?
Yeah.
But then I was like, because then at that point, I was just getting to know all the relatives and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I felt ashamed if I went to do these Mickey Mouse subjects. So I purposely chose something that seemed hard, which was fucking, for me at that time, was biology and law. Yeah. And then let me just squeeze in a media studies for fun and jokes. And it turns out I did better in fucking biology, law, than I did in media.
How can you fuck up media? Media was easy.
It is easy, but the thing is, I didn't do anything for media. I just turned up in lessons, that's it.
Yeah. Obviously, you must know a lot of like people who have degrees and stuff, like many degrees.
I think the majority of my friends.
And you probably also know people who don't have degrees and stuff. Yeah. And can you see that maybe the people without degrees, do you feel like they're not as intelligent? And intelligence doesn't always need to be photosynthesis and periodic table and shit. And knowing maths and stuff. No. It can be about being wise, about life, about the world, about politics. Street smart, whatever. How to start a business. How to cope with things.
Yeah, I know a guy that came to this country, I think when he was the same age as me, right?
Yeah.
But he came back from home rather than from like a European country. He came from back home, and he used to work in KFC with me as well.
Okay.
So I was in KFC. I was first year uni and stuff. So
part-time.
Yeah, part-time work, and then I say part-time, but I was doing full-time hours because I was getting paid weekly, £400 weekly.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So I was doing that and uni at the same time. And this guy was just banging out hours and hours. And then I remember my mom and dad used to come and pick me up from school, and they used to tell me, "Oh, you need to tell that boy to go college, you know."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, he does go college." And I was like, "Bro, do you even go college?" He goes, "Yeah, I go like once a week when I can be asked."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, fine," but he never went to college yet. And then he just started working hard and hard and hard. And then next thing you know, he's KFC manager.
Yeah.
And at that point, I've just finished graduating, but this guy's KFC manager. Yeah. He's getting bonuses. He's getting all these from the company. And next thing you know, he saved up enough money to fucking open on his own franchise restaurant. Okay. Not KFC, another something chicken else. Franchise. And I'm telling you, after bills and everything, he's taking home like 10-15K a month.
Fucking hell.
After everything, and he's got his own house. Yeah. He drives the nicest car. Not that makes any difference, but I'm just saying, like,
he's happy. He's comfortable.
He's happy and comfortable with the path that he chose. And where the fuck am I? At 9 to 5 in a fucking little office with a degree.
Yeah.
And this guy, my friend, no degree, nothing. Yeah. But if you ask him anything about tax, VAT.
Yeah, about things you need for life.
Yeah. He will tell you what car to buy, which van to buy, and what weight the van and car has to be in order for it to qualify for VAT. Okay. And so he knows all that. I'm the smart one. I'm the one that went to university. But if you ask me what vehicles qualify for VAT, I don't fucking know. Yeah. And he goes, "There's this council tax band, this council tax band." And if you live in this area, it's cheaper. Yeah. And how to get cheap insurance. And he knows how to finesse the system, which I think is smart. Obviously. I wouldn't fucking know that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm supposedly the one with the fucking degree. Having a degree necessarily doesn't make you smarter.
Smart or
for me, I think in today's like the economy now, in these days, I don't necessarily think you need a degree. Or I think to a certain extent, you don't need it.
I think you only need a degree if you're gonna get into jobs like being a doctor or an engineer, because those things, to an extent, you need to study hard, and you don't want to make mistakes with those jobs, innit?
But then these days, social media tells you that you have to be your own boss. You have to be your own boss. And in order to be your own boss, you have to be an entrepreneur or something. So I don't think people even look at that anymore these days. To be fair, everyone just wants to make a quick bag, innit?
Yeah.
But have you got any friends that went to uni or didn't go uni with you, and you think you're doing a lot better?
But then that's the thing. I'm not specifically talking about doing better in life. I'm just talking about being intelligent as well. But then obviously, your example is good as well, because he is intelligent enough to escape the Matrix and escape like the rat race and shit. Yeah. And now he's like built himself his own little empire and stuff. Yeah. So that is intelligence.
Yeah. I know people who have several degrees and a PhD, but if you give them an Amazon parcel to return, and some places you have to go and put it in a locker yourself.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't know how to do it. I'm like, just read the screen. They're like, "Oh, fuck, is this how?" I'm like, "You're the one with the PhD, mate." And then they get really offended, and they're like, "Oh, but my degree doesn't teach me that." I'm like, "Yeah, but how the fuck do I know then?"
Yeah. It's life skills, I guess.
Yeah, life skills. So I think that's the main thing, innit? Like, intelligence. Within intelligence, you have these little subcategories, like being life smart, knowing how to get around doing things, paying your taxes. I know people who still don't know how to pay tax. If you're self-employed, they don't know how to pay their taxes or do their self-assessment, shit like that. I had to learn it the hard way.
You have
I had to because I was not working from home. Sorry, I was self-employed for like 6 months. It was only 6 months, and already I'm owing so much money to the fucking government. And I had to ask my friend, how do I write this off? How do I write this off? How do I pay less tax? He's telling me, and this is a guy who didn't do accounting, who didn't do fucking business or economic fucking university. This is just the guy who worked full time in KFC and then became a manager, saved his money, and then become a fucking shop owner himself.
One thing I don't like about like society or just generally, is how people who are academically smart or with multiple degrees and stuff are usually looked up to by society. They're put on a pedestal. They've always up there compared to people who might not have as many degrees. So someone who might, compared to like someone with no degrees or whatever.
Yeah. Like, take my friend as an example.
For example, that. And like, I think that's one of the things that should be changed, or I think over the years that's going to change quite a bit.
I feel like it is changing a little bit.
It's changing, but for example, like back in the day, this isn't like...
Is it story time?
Yeah.
Right,
but it's not about like specifically my family. It's just what I've seen around and stuff. Yeah. When you go to like Tamil birthdays or events and stuff when you're young and stuff.
Big gatherings and stuff.
Yeah, big gatherings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've probably seen this as well. Yeah. But like let's say there's like a boy sitting over there who just finished his A-levels and he got 3 A stars and he's got 10 A stars in GCSEs and he just got his unconditional offer to do medicine or something. Yeah. And then there's like another boy on this table who got average grades and he's gonna do a standard degree or something, not medicine or not some huge ass degree,
just a normal university.
Yeah. They will give the 10 A stars and medicine guy more importance, and then they'll be like, like they will go talk to him or be like, Terima, like, how are you? How are you doing today? And then they will gas him up to their kids, like, he's getting 10 A stars, he's a smart kid and stuff, And this other guy is completely being ignored, And then they might be saying all this, but like I might be overhearing this, and I'm like looking at them and I'm thinking, but I know that guy you're talking about,
tapped in the head
and he's a dickhead, and like this has happened where I would be thinking like, why you guys?
Was this the dickhead guy? Was he a doctor by any chance?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
The thing is, automatically, due to what the degree, or because of what they do for A-levels or whatnot, the results they have, they put on, like you said, automatically put on the pedestal.
Yeah.
And then the other person is looked down on, or not even looked down on, just not even like acknowledged at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny you say this because I think a couple of episodes ago, or last episode, we were talking about caste, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember I posted a simple post, and then a girl commented on it.
Yeah.
And she was a young girl, like 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And she used to say stuff like, "Oh, just shut up! Why are you talking about caste? It doesn't exist anymore."
Yeah.
And I just ignored it. She was so pissed off at me.
Yeah.
So she decided to DM me.
Yeah.
And then she was saying stuff like, "I'm becoming a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna study to become a doctor. I'm at this university and stuff." Yeah. So at this moment, she's revealing where she's studying and what university she goes to and stuff. Yeah. But she's also telling me all these things. If this patient come. So obviously I'm playing it smart now, and I'm trying to get more information from it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, what if this person of this caste came to you? Would you say to them? She goes, "Oh no, I wouldn't, because they stink and shit like that." That's literally what she said. Like they stink, and it refers to a certain group of people. But I'm not going to mention that what caste it is. But they stink. They do this. They do that. They look ugly. They're dark skin, typical dark skin behavior, all that crap. And I was just like milking it. Yeah. And I was like, so what do you study at university? What university is it? Trying to be nice about it. She drops all those facts, Next thing you know, I posted her on blast for everybody to see. And then I think like 10 or 15 people knew who she was. And they was like, oh, this is the girl that came to my Tamil school back in the days. And it's funny you say this, but even back then, she used to think that her family was the top tier people. And she used to look down on like other kids. And then someone said to me, "Oh, in her bio, she's got the medical school she goes to, and where it is and stuff." And then everybody, I think like at least 20 people or something, emailed that school, university, with the girl's name and photo attached to it to say this person is saying saying how she wouldn't treat people.
But this can get fully messed up.
Exactly. So I don't know what the result was, but all I know is that she came back to me and apologized. But it wasn't even straight away. So I know it took
something must have happened.
2 or 3 days, and then she messaged me, "Oh, can you take those posts down?" But they were long down by anyways. But she was telling me, "Oh, can you not talk about this anymore?"
From
please?
London, or
she's from London, bro, local girl, bro.
So the mad thing is, right now she could be a doctor.
Yeah,
but then she can't decide who she's gonna treat and not treat.
Yeah. If you choose to become a nurse
or a doctor,
then you genuinely have.
You have to have empathy. You have to care.
Yeah. You care about those things. You want to help people, right? If you want to become an investment banker, you want to fuck around with people.
You want the money.
You take their money. Yeah.
It's all money.
So that's different. So that's why. So I couldn't fathom what I fucking heard from this fucking girl. So obviously, this is where the whole does education equal to intelligent? No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because this girl is smart enough, book smart enough to get herself into a really good, prestigious medical school, but she's dumb enough to fucking run her mouth like that and fucking get barred from the medical school.
Exactly.
So I don't know if don't quote me on this, but I don't know if she got barred from it. But I know something fucked up happened to a point where she removed the thing from her bio. She went ghost mode, and I haven't heard from her ever since.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. So again, I had to say this story purely to highlight what you said. Intelligence doesn't equate thingy. Education. Because smart person, she gets all the top results, good enough results to get into medical school. But how she carries herself there and what she does is just basic intelligence. It's not there. She lacks it big time. And that's what got her barred from doing medicine. And now she's probably doing the jobs of the people that she dissed.
With certain jobs like nursing, doctors, and things like that. you should do it out of passion and stuff. Yeah, you should do it to help people. And I feel like one of the things that I'm seeing these days or over the years, the strict parents push their kids to become doctors, and it's in their brains from the time they're like little or something. So you ask them when they're a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? They're like, doctor. They don't even know what it is. They don't even know what you need to do to study it. They don't know if they're interested or they don't know whatever. Yeah. But it's in their brain. They're brainwashed. Yeah. And then their life is like sort of molded into that. So they go to math, biology, chemistry, physics, maths tuitions and stuff. They get the best grades in that. Then they go to a uni to do with medicine. They go there and then they probably realize that they don't care about people. No. They're not passionate.
It's something they've been
But they did it because they got pushed to do it. And one thing I don't like, I always tell people is don't do things like teaching, being a doctor, being a nurse or whatever out of for the money. Don't do it for the money. Of course you want the money.
You want the reward with it.
Of course you want the reward, and money is very important in this day and age. And you're working hard. If you're doing crazy shifts, I understand.
If you're a doctor, then you are getting. Then you need to get.
You need to get paid good. I'm not saying you shouldn't. No. But however, that shouldn't be the sole purpose. If you've got a business mind, let's say your whole purpose in life is to get mad money, have a mad car, have a mad like lifestyle and stuff.
Live lavish and stuff.
Then like Vitagen said, become an investment banker or a bank or something, because they're making mad but they don't. There's no morals or ethics behind it. No. A lot of these new doctors are not passionate about what they're doing. They're doing it purely for the money. And then what happens is these are people who are book smart, who have memorized these books and stuff. So they just all they know is like, let's say I go to a doctor. Not all. But then let's say I go to a doctor and then I'm like...
Is it purely based on what you know and what the people you met?
So it's like I could go to a doctor and I could be like, I've got this issue or whatever, and they'll be like, you got to take these 4 tablets and these 6 whatever, And then I'll be like, all right, cool. So one example is, this is a true story again. There was this, once we're chilling with this doctor, we're doing some filming and stuff, And this was a good 7-8 years ago, and I was casually talking about mental health and things like that, because at that time I used to do a lot of research on it. And I was
mental health advocate.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, but I was doing a lot of research on it, and one thing I realized was that like I felt like meditation is very, very important, and it should be introduced to us since we're kids in school.
Yeah, from a young age.
From a young age. And it should be part of our life just the way we brush our teeth. We should meditate like 5-10 minutes. I'm not saying I do it. I haven't started it. I've tried to get into it here and there and stuff. Yeah. So I'm telling them like meditation is important because it's about controlling your thoughts, your mind. And if we get taught this from a young age, maybe it will reduce the amount of like people with depression, anxiety and stuff. Because again, you're controlling your thoughts. So when you have negative thoughts, you'll be able to control it from a young age and stuff. If you learn the art of meditation properly and stuff over the years, it comes with practice. But I was explaining, I was like, I think meditation's a good tool for people with mental health issues, And then she's like,
she's annoying already, bro.
No, she's like, I don't really think meditation will help with mental health when there's thousands of studies showing that it does help. I'm not saying it's going to cure and treat it, but of course it will reduce it and stuff.
You can balance it and help cope with it.
It will help you, And she's like, I don't think so. And then I'm like, okay. And then she's like, to be honest, the best thing for like depression is, and she's naming all these tablets and stuff, And then for anxiety, there's these tablets. And in my head, I'm thinking, you're just telling me what you learned on a book, like you're memorized off the book, Again, and this is where I'm saying education is not intelligence.
No.
Because, with a lot of illnesses, there's a lot of lifestyle habits that we can change and things that can reduce it already. Even for diabetes, there's a lot of things. I'm not an expert, so of course tablets do work. I'm not going to say don't take them and stuff, but there are lifestyle choices that we can change, diets and stuff.
Says the one who hasn't vaccinated himself yet.
Yeah.
Where's your COVID vaccine?
I'm not going to take it.
He hasn't touched one. I was forced to take mine.
Huh? Yeah, like she's bare money-minded and stuff. And then that I think that was like the start where I started thinking like, wait, like just because you're educated doesn't mean you're intelligent.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying one thing and you're completely avoiding it and you're saying, nah, take tablets and stuff.
Yeah, she's going back to the book.
Yeah, and then for me it was like you're just very, very, very book smart and you've memorized and you became a doctor because your parents forced you and stuff. You don't seem passionate, because if there was passion involved, it would be external research as well, not just what your books taught you. Because you would want to figure out different ways to help people.
Yeah. You just wouldn't rely on that one.
You would want to be like how can I help this person with this? Is there any other methods? Let me look at some journals about meditation, about, I don't know, like thoughts, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people, like you say, that's been forced into the field.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people who are now doing management jobs in supermarkets because they paid small, but they have law degrees.
Okay.
They've done law. They passed the bar and everything. Yeah. But now they're doing these things. Let's put it out there to the audience. Yeah, we don't hate doctors, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just that all our fucking scenarios and experiences have been related to doctors or someone in the medical medical profession. Yeah.
And I feel one of the main reasons also because automatically doctors are seen by Tamil people. They're seen as like the highest, like most smartest human beings who deserve everything in the world kind of thing. Yeah. Of course, yes.
You know who's smarter than a fucking doctor?
Who?
A vet.
Is it?
Yeah. A vet has to be able to operate on a cat, dog, a canary wolf, a canary bird, a fucking frog, hamster, shit like that.
Yeah.
Doctors just operate on humans. They don't
Bro, you make it sound like some simple job.
Yeah, that's like dentists out there calling themselves doctors.
Not this
dentists
topic.
are not doctors.
Not
I'm telling
this
you.
Topic.
I'll tell you why. Yeah.
I'm not involved in this.
Okay, this is V2. Yeah.
V2, cancel him. Cancel him.
Nah, you cancel me one more because I'm gonna say some fucked up shit now. No, after. Okay. Yeah. Don't pre-cancel me. If dentists are doctors, then that Vietnamese bloke down the road who does my wife's nails and fucking fingernails, or the guy who does my wife's
I know where this
nails,
is going.
Toenails and that, he's a doctor as well. Why?
I just want to clarify that he's joking.
There's calcium in your nails and there's calcium in your teeth.
He's joking.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Don't control me. Nah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna shit on them anyways. But funny story again. Can I? Do you guys want another story? Do you think they want another story?
Make it quick though, cause a time border.
In the younger porn, where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. They're gonna get bored.
Shut the fuck up and listen then, innit?
Don't ever talk like that.
Sorry.
Get to the point.
So we went to this event, and they said to me, you can come and can you do this event for free? I thought, okay.
It was a charity event, innit?
It was a charity event. I was like, okay, money's going for good things back home. So, because my fee would have been a bit like, I would have charged like 500 quid for it. But I was like, nah, let me not charge. Okay, I'll do it for free, but that's fine, yeah. And they're like, oh, you know what? Because you're being so nice about it, you can bring 2 friends along. And I was like, oh, are you sure? So he's one of the friends, and there's another friend. And then fine, whatever. We get to the event, and the turnout is really bad. Yeah. And these guys hired a really big venue, and the turnout was really shit. So now we're just making do with what the people that arrived. So there's an open bar there, right, where you can like buy drinks and stuff. So I go up there and I'm drinking. They're going to get a drink with me and Julian. Go up there and drink. And these kids, so bear in mind, me and Julian are like 23, 24. Yeah. These kids are just 18, 19-year-olds, first year uni students. So we've been uni and we graduated. And
at this point, they've realized that we're not part of their medic crew.
They know that we're not the medic.
We're not intelligent.
Is it Barcelona or something like that? London, Barcelona.
I forgot.
I don't know what it was, but we go up to the bar, and the guy's like, "Oh, this is right now for you." And it's like, "What do you mean, bro? Like, I'm one of the hosts."
Yeah.
And this is my +1, and my +1 is over there. We can have drinks, and the guy's like, oh, whatever. Proper like it's a chore now.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, do your job. Be the bartender. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, intelligence and being
nice to people.
Yeah, it's bro. If you're an intelligent person, you know that your words has fucking consequences. So you can say something hurtful, right? So
intelligence is also about how you treat people.
Yeah, empathy towards other people.
That's being intelligent.
Yeah, so an intelligent person wouldn't say dumb shit like that. I'm a fucking person there. Taking what I'm entitled to take, and you're telling me I'm here for free drinks when I'm fucking doing this event for free in the first place.
But then I think, from what I remember, I think that comment was made as like a sly thing in the background.
Yeah.
But then we overheard it.
Yeah.
So that's when we realized, you know what, like they're giving us the drinks, but I don't want it. So we just left, bought our own bottle outside, had our own little session outside, and came back in.
Yeah, that event was a flop, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing this again anymore. 2 weeks later down the line, the president, the Tamil Society for that fucking medical union or whatever, messages me saying, your balance is outstanding. I'm like, what balance? He goes, the 2 extra guests you had with you. And I was like, I didn't have fucking 2 guests with me.
No,
I did, but they were part of the package. It was part of the package. He goes, no, but we didn't meet the price or whatever, so we are missing out on some money. You
can't just charge after.
And I was like, it doesn't matter. She goes, well, you have to pay because you had some food and everything there. I was like, you said it's for free. And obviously my ego is up there right now. I'm a fucking young 25-year-old, yes? I paid your ticket and the other person's ticket. Yeah. And I was like, fuck off, I don't want to talk to you lot anymore. I don't want to talk to you lot anymore.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was a bunch of doctors that fucking mistreated me and my friends.
Again, we're not trying to...
No, we are. I am.
No, listen. All right, relax, calm down. Forget what happened. That was when you were young, yeah? Okay, no overacting, please.
Anyways, but
yeah, it's not. I think it's not. What we're trying to say is it's not about whether you're a doctor or what. It's just we're just trying to say that just because you've got multiple degrees and you're respected by a lot of Tamil parents and stuff, it does not mean
because you have a high degree.
Yeah, it does not mean that like they're always intelligent and they know how to deal with people and how to treat people and stuff. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's all about like if I'm gonna say who's nice and who's not, I'm gonna say the guy who knows how to treat someone is nicer than the person with 5 degrees but doesn't know how to treat someone.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, hold up. That rings a bell. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but remember that PhD student that you blocked?
That blocked me. Oh, I blocked her. Yeah. I remember.
When we were talking
That's the same topic. That is about this topic, basically.
What happened?
Is this?
I can tell that.
Exactly this topic.
It's a weird, fucked up story, is it?
Yeah, very fucked. Yeah.
Alright, go on.
So
see, I remember.
It's actually such a good story for the podcast. Yeah.
Go on.
Because it's directly to do with this
topic. Get comfortable. Grab your popcorn.
Nice ones. I'm gonna make it quick. So similar thing. Instagram. Social media, obviously, we post, me and him back then, even now sometimes, we post a lot of controversial things and things like that. I must have posted something about this sexual abuse case that happened. And then I think there was I didn't even write anything. It was just a post that I reshared on my story. Yeah? It was a nice post. It was a truth. The post was just saying that you can never blame the victim. It's always the abuser's fault, which is straightforward and it's basic. Yeah. How will it ever be the victim's case for getting abused? Yeah.
You shared that.
I just shared it. Yeah. And then this girl comes in my DMs, yeah? I promise you 100% this is a true story. I'm not making it up for entertainment purposes. It's true, yeah? This girl DMs me, and then she goes, actually, biologically, men are more aroused or something when they see, like, when girls wear revealing clothes and when they're, like, more, like, whatever, yeah? Like, when they show more skin and stuff, yeah? And I was like, okay, so where is she going with this? And then she's like, so sometimes it can be the girl's fault, yeah? And I'm like, bro, like, am I in fucking 1928 or some shit, yeah? I go on her profile to see who she is. And in her bio, it said that she was in America doing a PhD, something to do with fucking, like, science or some shit, yeah? I don't know exactly what, but she was a highly educated person, yeah?
Oh my
and then I'm like, I was mind fucked, bruv, yeah? And I was like, wait, so you're...
What do you even reply to that?
No, I remember I was like, you know what you're saying makes no sense, yeah? You can't bring biology into this, yeah? You can't be like biologically...
She's right about one thing, though. She's right about the fact that men get aroused by fucking nudity and skin, which is true, yes. If they see someone, they're like, oh, she's naked.
If they're attracted, okay.
So
fair enough.
That's fair enough. But
it doesn't.
She's making it okay. So, okay, ooh, nudity. I'm going to go rape that person. This is literally the mentality of most people.
And some.
Bro.
This day and age, not many people think like that.
In this day and age, again, intelligent people will not feel this way. But in most cases, especially in South Asia, South Asian countries, India is the biggest culprit when it comes to... there's facts, but I don't know the facts. But I know I've read somewhere that in India, like every fucking 2 hours, there's a fucking rape case in India. But in less than South India, more in North India, apparently. There's a lot of rape cases every day. And it's the common thing. She was asking for it. Yeah. She was dressed,
wearing
revealing
this.
clothes.
She was drunk.
Yeah, she was drunk. She was doing this. She was in a club. She asked for it. All these things, man.
Another good point that education does not equal to intelligence is, for example, like conspiracy theories, For example, like a good 10 years ago and stuff, the things that someone with, like, even me, I remember I used to tell people, like, 10 years ago, like, I don't trust the news. The news, 9/11 was an inside job, all that stuff, And back then, 9 out of 10 people would, like, laugh and be like, oh, Julian, are you one of them conspiracy theorists who believe that the news lies to you? Why would the news lie to you, Julian? Of course it was not an inside job, Or like, for example, the whole thing about Hollywood being a pedophile industry and stuff, pedophilic industry,
It is, though.
All that stuff. The thing is, the whole thing about Hollywood being a pedophilic industry, that talk's been going on for years and years and years, When I used to watch these videos and discuss it with people like 10 years ago at uni times, it was such a joke to people, bro. It was more like, oh, that's such a conspiracy theorist, bro. Why? It's not even like that. What kind of videos are you watching?
They will call you a lunatic, innit?
Yeah, they'll say, what kind of shit are you watching and stuff,
It's the most more recent one as well. COVID-19.
Yeah.
When they I can't believe they told us stay home, don't come out, and we did it. And then they're fucking having parties.
And if it was as deadly as it was, of course the government wouldn't be having the party, because
there's all those WhatsApp messages between ministers that all got deleted randomly.
Yeah. Fast forward 10 years now, the hot topic that which is a fact now is that Hollywood is a pedophilic industry. There's the whole Epstein Island stuff, and they've just found out the majority of the Hollywood actors fucking
your favorite actors were on the island.
Most politicians were in the island. Most of them are like pedophiles pretty much.
Prince Andrew was definitely there.
100%. And these are evidence. There's a court case going on behind it, and now, so all of a sudden, all the people that called me a conspiracy theorist are also posting it now. So why did you make me feel like I was a clown or I was an idiot? Again, these are a lot of the people that made me feel like a clown or an idiot were educated people with like multiple degrees or getting degrees or whatever. And I remember a few years ago, I was like I was thinking back to all the history lessons that we're taught and stuff. And I used to think, if I could, in the future, if I have kids, if I could write a letter not to let my kids attend a class, it would be history lessons.
100%.
Because I feel like everything we taught in history, there's some truth to it, but it's a lot of the times it's to do with making that specific country look good. So the history lessons in Germany is different to what they taught in UK and what they taught in France, what they taught in India, and it's always in favor of that country, and it's always to make UK look good. So in UK you will learn the what's that Winston guy?
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill's a good guy. He had to do what he had to do and stuff. And in here, all we learn. All my history lessons from year 7 to 10 or whatever, was always about Hitler. Hitler's the worst person in the world and stuff. I'm not saying he wasn't, but only after you come out of school and do your own research, you find out that there was actually people worse than him. This person who was worse than him was a white man who killed black people. But that's not part of our history lessons, because they don't want us to ever know that there was
who's this white man that killed black people?
I don't know the exact facts, but it's the Belgian king Leopold II. Leopold II. He was a Belgian king who massacred and killed millions of black people in Congo. Oh, no. And he mainly did it for resources and money. It was money related and stuff. And but like, I'm not going to go deep into it because I don't know the facts and I don't want to talk about something if I don't know it properly. But one thing I do know based on my research is this guy was either this equally or worse than Hitler. And why do we never get told about this unless we do our own education? So it's, again, education, intelligence comes a lot from doing your own research, your own critical thinking. And these days, people who are academically smart don't do a lot of critical thinking. It's mainly book smart. It's mainly like, what have I been told? So if I've been told that BBC is true, it must be true. If I've been told that Muslims are terrorists, it must be true. And they're so into their own little bubble and stuff. But then the people that became critical thinkers, they were called conspiracy theorists.
The lunatics, basically.
The lunatics.
The crazy ones.
I'll give you a sick example, Me and my friend were walking past like the middle of the Birmingham Centre, where the clothes stores and everything was, And there was this guy, he was like, he was just walking around screaming and stuff, And then he was bare shouting, he's like, you're all living a lie, the Zionists are controlling the world, like you're just all blind going, listen. He was like, you guys are just blindly shopping and stuff, you're buying all these designers, you're being materialistic, you're in your own bubble and stuff, like what are you guys doing? Wake up and stuff, I promise you, majority of the people walking were laughing and stuff, They're like, yo, this guy's crazy.
I would have laughed as well, to be fair.
But I remember talking to my friend while we were walking, I was like, this is messed, because what he's saying is true, but he seems like the clown, but it's true though. Look at us, we're like zombies, we're just like, oh, I need to buy this, I need to buy that iPhone because everyone else has 13, so I need to buy 14, I need to invest in this. We're like so materialistic, we're like zombies and shit, and this guy just broke away from the system and he's seen the world for where it is, but he seems like a clown and he seems like an idiot.
Easy to say that,
but there's a very high chance that he's actually much more intelligent than everyone walking there. But the people see him as an idiot. It's messed, bro. I don't like that.
If you just sat down and had a conversation with them, you'd learn a lot. And it's funny you say this because yesterday, me and my missus, we went to. I got a ticket near my house where I park in it, but because the road sign was a little bit unclear, so just proper thinking, where the fuck? Why did I get a ticket? Homeless person walks by, and I remember him because he always asks me like if I've got spare change and whatnot. And then me and my missus like arguing, like, oh no, it's not this, it's this, and he comes up to us, he's like, stop fighting, guys. And we just laughed at him, like, no, we're not fighting. We're just trying to figure out why we got a ticket. And he goes, oh, this side is for this side, that side is for this side. If you come after 3 p.m, you get a ticket here because this is residential. This is not residential, only up until 6 a.m. And I'm like, bro, your jeans are halfway down your fucking legs. and you stink, but you know more than I fucking know. All I had to do is fucking read the sign there. And even reading the sign, I couldn't figure it out. But this random homeless person just came here and fucking shut it down big time and told me. And after that, I parked the way he says it and still don't get no ticket anymore.
For the people that didn't really hear what Yanagan said, the question, Prody White, sorry, the people that didn't hear what Prody White said.
Don't say his govy name.
Yeah, the question is, if you could go, there's a time machine. If you could go back or forward in time, but you have to live that life, so you can't come back to this life right now.
You have to live in that current.
So in that generation, So if, for example, you could go, imagine you're interested in the Tamil kingdom and all the histories, let's say you were, and you're like, oh, I want to go to that. I want to find out what really happened. But you have to live through that life, like wars and stuff. Or you might be thinking, I want to know what's going to happen in 50 years. Or you might think, I want to know what really happened during COVID time. So I want to go live in this place around that time in that area. And or Jesus times or Hindu times.
Okay, I get it. Just
which at what point, where do you want to go to?
My answer is going to be simple as fuck.
Go on. I think I'll go and answer for you.
I'm going to go back to, so am I still the same brain person?
Same person.
So I want to go back to when I was born, 1994. But I want to go back with the knowledge and brain knowledge. Not brain, sorry. I want to go back with the same brain and the knowledge I have now.
Okay.
So I'll still be a fucking baby. But I'll pretend to be a baby. And then I'll start talking when I'm 1 and 2 and drop all these facts. And then I'll be like, oh, you know what? In the future, there was Uber.
What year have you gone to right now?
1994.
You want to go to 94?
94.
When you were born?
Yeah, when I was born.
But now you've got the knowledge of now.
I've got the knowledge and everything now happened. So I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? Uber, that taxi service, we just get it on your phone. I'm going to do that. Is that what you know I'll do? I'll go to people that work with sat-nav.
But you're a 1-year-old. You can't even walk, bro. Bro, you do know,
What if my dad kills me because I'm like...
Bro, if you're 1... And if you're talking and coming up about Uber and shit, I would think you're God.
Yeah.
You're not normal,
even better. This is a selfish question because he wants to know.
He wants to go back. I know you want to go back.
He wants to go back to the pyramids and he's hoping we would say the same shit. No, obviously, we're not.
Okay, so what's your answer? 94?
I want to go back
to... You want to be born again?
Okay, I want to be reborn again.
Yeah. But why do you want to be born again?
I just want to go back.
You want to live
I need to make some amendments. I need to go back and fix certain things. And I want to go back because... But this is the thing, this is the tricky bit. I want to go back, but I want the knowledge that I have now from a young age. So I can start saving up my money a little bit. So I can hustle, do these little things. So just for a better future for myself. That's why I want to go back. I'm not going to go back and kill Hitler.
Then you also do with you.
You know what's going to happen.
Go back. Oh, would you go back and kill baby Hitler? Is the question.
No, we don't.
Would you go back and kill baby Hitler, Julian? I would. Because I know he's going to
but then is that the year you want to go to then? You have to decide 1 year. You can't go everywhere, bro. The whole question is...
Then why did you give me the time travel machine? I can use it.
No, he said you use it once. And on the Uruka you spent that one time you lived that life. So if you want to go to the time when it was Hitler...
You know, I'm just going to go back to 1994.
You want to be born again?
Yeah.
You just want to live again?
I just want to live again, yeah. But with the same knowledge I have now...
Alright, cool. So you make amendments.
So I want to fix things I could, Maybe fix my friend group and the fucking people I'm surrounded by.
Rotten fruits,
Yeah.
And start podcast earlier.
Start podcast before podcast was a thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, carry on.
To be honest with you, when we did start the podcast originally, it was a thing, but it wasn't the thing.
There was
there's way too many.
When we did it, nobody was doing a podcast. Now fucking Tom, Dick and Harry, everyone has a fucking podcast.
But do it. It's okay.
If it makes you happy, do it.
Do it. It makes us happy, so we're doing it. Very similar to your answer, because he kept trying to brainwash me to go to the past, innit? Just like he said he wants to go to the past, innit?
Where's this happening, by the way? Where's this happening?
Where's
this conversation?
Yesterday.
Why am I never included in
this? Is after the podcast shoot yesterday, when we went back.
You went to cinema, and then you went to have it, and then you went to have a drink, and you sleep in the same bed as well.
Yeah. No, but listen, okay.
Out, man.
Listen to our answer.
Alright, cool.
Cool. So, the answer I gave was very similar to yours. Like I said, he was trying to brainwash me to go to, don't you want to know the pyramids? Don't you want to know about Jesus? Don't you want to know if these Hindu gods are real and stuff? Yeah. I was like, bro, to be honest with you, I don't want to know. It's not that I don't want to know. Like, because he was like, he said how one of our other friends wanted to go to the Tamil kingdom times, innit? To find out about that. I was like, now that sounds like a sick story, but why would you want to live through a war? Because you're bound to die as well, yeah? And at that, living through it, it's not a big deal. It's only in the future that's a big story. Do you get it?
Of course,
but when you're in the moment, it's not a big deal.
I know, and you're not going to be anyone significant, are you?
We could go back to that kingdom time, yeah? And at this point, we've got the knowledge of what's going to happen. And imagine we just go back as like a servant. But then we managed to get to the king and we're like, yo, do this, do that. This is going to happen. And imagine it happens and the guy's like, you know what? Stick with me. Like, you know what's going to happen, innit?
And then you become the king.
Yeah. So, but honestly speaking, my answer was I don't want to go to any of these paths.
No, fuck that.
I said I want to go back to like same generation as now, same years as now. But I just want to start from like 21 years old or something with the knowledge of now. Yeah. And I don't want to be born again. I don't want to go through life again like that. No. I said 21 because now that I've got a better knowledge and I know which businesses are gonna bang. Like you said, Uber. That's the same example I said. Yeah. I was like, I know that like there's gonna be Instagram, everything's gonna bang. You put money into it, you invest in it, and then you create things that are already gonna start.
Buy shares in Apple and Amazon
and all that. Yeah.
You know what I would do? Yeah. This might be controversial. Yeah. Get the button out.
Yeah.
Get out. You know what I would do? Yeah. If I could go back in time, just put your hand on it, mate. You know when World War II happened?
Yeah. Go on.
When Hitler was killing Jews and stuff, you know how they were migrating to Palestine, innit? That's where they were calling their new home.
Yeah.
I would, the night before they were traveling to Palestine, I put up signs, random road signs, and divert them back into some other country in Europe. So they end up there. So they think they're in Palestine, but actually in South Russia. Yeah. And then they can call that Israel. Yeah. That's what I would do.
All right, cool. So you're saving the Palestinians.
Yep. Free Palestine, always.
Free Palestine all day.
Free Tamaulilan, free Congo, free Sudan.
But yeah, so majority of this podcast, we obviously mentioned that education does not equal intelligence, which is true when it comes to like, for example, how you treat people and things like that, and how we shouldn't put them in a pedestal. Yeah. However, this does not mean that education is not important at all.
Education is key. Like you said, I feel like people are going to get
they're going to misunderstand it. Yeah,
they're going to misunderstand it. We're not saying education is wrong. We're not saying anything like that.
We're not saying it's not important. We're saying
that certain groups of people, certain degree they hold, certain stuff they do related to education, they're put on a pedestal compared to other people, and they look down on purely because of certain jobs that they do and certain things like that. And we're trying to say that just because you have several degrees and you have a really good education, it doesn't mean that you actually are intelligent. That's the key thing that we're trying to talk about, that you could be intelligent, but then you might not have you might not be academically smart. Because I know people who are intelligent, but they can't write a paragraph to save their lives. But this person is still doing good in life and all that stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But however, education is important, very important. And I think we didn't talk about education much when we talked about caste the other day, but there's a lot of situations. I don't know about this individual, but I think you've done some research and you're not a fan, but I think you enjoy this person.
Enjoy this person.
Yeah, you enjoy him now. I forgot his name. Is it Dr. Ambedkar?
Yeah, so that's a very good example.
I don't know much about him, and from what I know is that he belonged to the untouchable caste, and he was his community was looked down on and whatnot, but he used education to become a lawyer. Yeah. Okay, so tell people. So what was it?
So this is a scenario where education is very important. Yeah. So I think we're never going to say education is not important, because that comes from a very privileged point of view. Yeah. It's only when you come from like daddy money and you've got all the money in your life, you can easily say, oh, we don't. Why do you need education and stuff like that? Yeah. Like, yes, academic education is important, because without that, someone like Ambedkar would not have become a lawyer and made the changes he made, the positive changes he made to the system and stuff. Yeah. So yes, like in those terms, we definitely need education. 100%. And education can also be very important to make sure that you don't get fooled by people. You don't get used by people.
You don't get misused by people.
Like people in power. Like, for example, the people in power in politics and stuff. Yeah,
an example.
They politicians can misuse countries where there's not much education to take their resources and their
like Congo, for
money.
Example. Yeah, Congo. Yeah,
and this is where education might be important to make sure you don't get used by people in power.
And also, education equals knowledge, obviously. Yeah. So the more you educated that you are, the more knowledge you have. And let's be honest, I can take your clothes, I can take your money, I can take everything from you, but I cannot take your education, I cannot take your knowledge. That's one thing I can't steal from you. So if I can use that knowledge to better my people and help my people and stand in a respectable place in society, then that's when education is key. And that's what we're saying. We're not saying education is bad at all, but we're saying education, when applied in the right places, it changes the world. It changes lives, if anything. Because there's so many little
facts.
Cheers, bro.
Like, preach.
If in a slum in India, for example, if a couple of kids from there, for example, went to school, learned the ABCs, get a degree, just the basic education, they know how to read and write. A businessman can't come and take their land off them to build a flat there or a supermarket there because they know their rights. They can read and they can fight back. They can fight back and they can be like, no, actually, this says this. This says that. You can't fight with them anymore because education is now a weapon to destroy the oppressor.
But just to add on what you said, there are also a lot of revolutionary leaders and stuff who were not academically educated. They might have not gone to school and stuff. Like, for example, Malcolm X and stuff, he Prody, do you know what age he studied up to? Because I know he only studied up to like a certain year, and then he self-educated himself in jail. So people like Malcolm. So again, education doesn't always need to be degree-related education. It doesn't always need to be. We're not always talking about school education because there's a lot of revolutionary people that taught themselves. Like Malcolm X, he taught himself how to read and write in jail.
In jail.
I don't know how true it is.
He only became the legend that he is after serving his time in jail.
I don't know how true it is, but I read that to teach himself, he used to read the dictionary from the start to the end.
No, he probably did. He probably did. You know,
and that's how he became so like vocal, and he knew how to use certain words to fight for the rights and stuff.
And it's also is a badge of honor if you have a degree is. I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud if you have become this doctor that you are today. Then that's something you definitely should. You obviously worked
really hard.
That's a badge of honor that you should get. And educate. It's just this is how I look at it. It's something that you can never take from me. You can take my money, you can take everything that I have, but you can't take my education and my knowledge because that's something that will stay with me till I die. Right, so that's why education is very important. Even I don't know, this is a bit out of topic, but you know that show Big Boss. And there's this little girl on there. That
Vanita's daughter,
who didn't even pass 8th grade or something, and she's shouting, "Education is not important. Education is shit," and that, and everyone is there backing her.
And I'll be honest with you, when I watched it, I kind of went to her side at that moment. I was like, I mean, she's making sense because she's saying how like. You can't force her to study if she couldn't study. The thing is, what I learned from that is, and after watching a couple of videos from different point of views, is that it was easy for her to say that because she comes from a privileged background.
Family,
So yes, she does not need education because she's already got the push to go into the industry. She's already got the contacts, and she doesn't need to study and stuff. But she can't preach that to other people that it's not important because for a lot of people they need it.
Of course, 100%.
They don't have the financial backing. They don't have contacts. They don't have links. The only way they can do it is by educating themselves. But yeah, so I think overall, if we wanted to kind of conclude it from this topic, it was a very interesting conversation because I think we're showing the benefits of both and stuff.
Both sides,
like ultimately, yes, education is important. 100%. We're never saying that, but I think the conclusion is that as well as having education is as well as having your multiple degrees, it's very, 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 especially in this day and age, is so important to be able to do critical thinking, to think outside the box, to think not just read books and memorize it, and to kind of question the system. Because let's be real, in the last few years, I think it's we're starting to find out that the system has been lying to us about a lot of things. Politicians have always been lying to us, and that only comes from critical thinking and outside knowledge, and you deciding that I want to learn about this myself.
That is also a form of educating
yourself. And it's not all about like, this is what my history teacher told me in year 9. You have to get to a point where you're like, you know what, my history teacher told me this in year 9. However, I want to go and find out the other side of the story. And then you might find out that the other side makes more sense. Do you get it? So it's like, for example, in Israel, they from a very young age, they are being taught that Palestinians are all evil. And if you're being brainwashed from a very young age, they're being educated academically, but they're being educated the wrong things.
way.
So these kids are growing up to believe that all Palestinians are animals, they're bad. And that's why when you watch these videos about these Israel young people saying they should all die, they should all get shot, for me it doesn't make sense, but from their point of view, they're brainwashed as fuck.
Exactly. That's when education is used in the wrong way.
And that's why it's so important for you to have critical thinking abilities and always question everything you're being taught.
100%, because you know.
Also, guys, any Tamil restaurants out there, if you want to
do a little
give us your food, we'll taste it, we'll review it. Just give us a little bit of money, you know.
Don't ask for money. Ask for financial funding. Prody G. Peace out.